Okay, looks like I am live there. Hello and greetings to you, viewer from across the tubes. It is I, Gnarly Quack, and I am working on my Python TOML parser, and very close to the end, I feel like. Very close to the end. Let me get into the project directory here and bring up my Python virtual environment. And I think we're in good shape here. So what I did last stream was, guess I might as well pull up, I'm not sure how much we'll need it, but I'll pull it up anyway. The TOML spec here, and the grammar, and then there's like a TOML test suite. This here. So this is like a language agnostic test suite, as it says here. And normally the way it works is that it ships a binary that you then run, and you give as an argument to this binary the executable of your, I guess it calls it a decoder, and it repeatedly runs your decoder or your parser, providing it test TOML files and getting back the input. But instead of doing that, I basically wrote a code generator to go ahead and actually let me just bring up another window for that. Oops. And Cinnamon's being helpful to me. Thanks for the help, Cinnamon. It is oh. What am I? Not sure. Oh, that TOML Python is a different library. Okay. But anyway, so this is the TOML test repository, and in here it has all the tests, the invalid tests and stuff, and basically I parsed that, or I basically wrote a test generator to go through and pull up all these tests and generate them as just our own native Python tests. And then as this gets updated, as the repository gets updated, I can just update that and then regenerate the tests if necessary. And so one thing I actually kind of wanted to do while I'm thinking about it is, well, let me do this in this, in this window, and let me bring this window over here. I guess I am in the wrong, I guess I brought the wrong window over. Off to a shaky start here, I feel like. Okay, I want this window over here. That window is there, and that window is there. Okay. What do we call this? Gen test. So what I wanted to do is, so there are some invalid tests in there, which I believe are from older versions of TOML. But since this is my fork or clone, not really forking it, but my own clone of the repository here, I'm just going to go ahead and nuke that. Where am I? Nuke that test. So I want to remove escape. Let's just get rid of both of those. And then I guess I'll make this part of, well, actually, I guess I'll just make this another commit. So now I can get rid of this. And then this can just go back to, well, I don't know. In case this gets gnarly again, maybe I should just keep this function call here, but right now it's pretty stupid. It's just anything that ends with a TOML. So, and now the other thing I wanted to do while I'm in here So what we're doing is, so normally the way this test suite works is it normally does not have like an expected output, like these JSON files my test generator created, because I wanted to validate the errors that we're generating. Because one of the things my parser is doing is it doesn't just throw an exception on the first valid piece of TOML it hits. It kind of tries to well, it logs the invalid piece of TOML, and then it kind of tries to sort itself out and keep going. So you can get multiple errors. But in order to test that, I went through and generated my own JSON files. I guess I could just show what one of these looks like. Basically looks like that. I think most of these files are going to just have one error. But I generated these by first, like if there wasn't one there, seeing what the framework does now. And what that allows me to do, one of the reasons I really wanted to do this is because I think I want to update some of the error handling, or maybe make the errors a little bit more clear. But now that I have these in like a proper test suite, if I change an error message somewhere else, I can see how that's reflected with other errors, because presumably other tests will fail if that impacts other test cases, and I can go look and see what do we want to do? Do we want to update the error message for that test, or is the change I made not a change we want to make? Or maybe I have to implement some more special handling for that, to sort of sort out the two different error conditions. But anyway, all that is to say is because there isn't off the bat some expected output here, if I don't find this JSON file, the code generator is then just actually using the parser itself to parse the sample, and then getting back the errors, and then writing that file as sort of a as a baseline. So here, and so what I want to do is if now that we've got a baseline generated for everything, for any new test that we have, I want to basically print something out saying that we have a new test, and that'll sort of be a prompt to go look up what the new test is. And so what do I want to do here? I guess something like using a parser and we will stick the file name in there. And actually, I guess for this, I can use format strings. And this is going to be what, entry.path, I believe. So to test that, let's just remove one of these. Let's just do that. And then what we'll do back here is we'll generate the test. So using parser to generate, so that tells me where the test is. I think I'll take this period out. I feel like that's more confusing than it is. Now if I go back in here, right, it's back in there. I guess an ls would prove that. But right, if I remove that, that's showing as removed. It's no longer there. If I generate my tests, we get the message that we generated baseline. And now, oops, having a hard time getting into the right window tonight. So it's back, and it's back. So that's good. That is good. And I think that's all I wanted to do with that. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy, I think, with the test generator. Now the next thing I want to do was, the reason why I did this was there is in here one. Hey Fern, how are you? Is I wanted to handle this, and the reason, and because I, in many times in my errors, I am saying either it's empty or invalid because we're not really trying to figure out if we're missing a value or it's invalid value. But at least for keys here, we should be able to do this. But because I'm being dumb about this, we're never hitting it. Because even if this key is valid or not, in fact, this is probably just a bug, to be honest with you. So we'll do that. Although actually we're asserting it's a key character. So I was thinking about something here, and I guess I changed my thought about what I was doing. Who's calling this? This is calling this. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. I don't know, have you got the COVID? I had that again recently, and that took me down for a good week, even though I've you know, been vaccinated and boosted and everything. But anyway, feel better, I guess. Oh, well, yeah, that could be just as bad. I don't know. I megadose on vitamin. I mean, I don't know. There's no like cure all, I suppose. Ooh, ouch. That's tough. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Oh, it came back? That stinks. Well, I don't know. I megadose like vitamin C and drink a lot of tea with like some lemon and stuff. Not that any of that's really gonna help, I suppose, but I don't know. Rest up and stay hydrated, I guess. Take your vitamins. Is it broken, or is it like, when you're so congested it's like low and gravelly, you know? Almost kind of sexy sounding, you know? Oh yeah, ginger tea I'm sure helps. I was drinking like black tea, I think. So, so what I guess we can do here, trying to think about this. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, if I get like congestion in my throat, my voice usually gets kind of low and well, and it's unpleasant to talk to usually. So I thought this would be a little bit of a simpler change than it's looking like right now. Because I guess what we kind of want to do is do some sort of resynchronization. Maybe I mentioned this the last time. Oh wow. But where do we call? Do we know what to resynchronize on? I guess we don't, because there's right, we call this from either a key val or like a table header. So maybe I don't want to deal with this yet. Maybe I don't want to deal with this. But what was that? That was... So we are certain we have a key character, so we'll have at least one character. So at the very least, I can take out this stupidity. Because I guess what we're going to do is we're going to handle this up here. Which seems fine to me. Although, what am I feel like I'm screwing something up here. I am. I need to do that. So, right, we're certain that we have at least one key character, so key will never not be empty. So we just need to shove that key on there. Okay. So maybe what I want to do now, I don't know, I'm hearing sirens downstairs. I don't know if there's really any point in committing that. What I think I may want to do now is sort of do like a test case for the feature I do not have implemented yet. And so what I want to do is, I guess we'll delete that for now. Let's do, actually we'll do this. Do that. Then you can delete this buffer. And oops, can't decide what I want to use. We'll do main here. And let's just do that for now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in sort of a parse TOML. Nope. What I want to do is actually put in like a sample TOML file here of kind of what the stuff we're doing at work. And then right, just like a proof of concept kind of parser for it. And then using the TOML parser, because one of the things I wanted to do is keep the meta information in the parse TOML so that if I find like errors in this configuration file, I want to use the meta information from the parsing to sort of also help give useful error messages. So what is that? Porting GIMP to GTK3? I thought I saw, oh, maybe it was OpenOffice, where they were porting to GTK4. Although that's kind of amusing, right? Because didn't GTK kind of get its start from GIMP? So I don't know. Or is that an urban legend? I don't know. I guess I do use GIMP, but I don't really pay attention to the updates. But I do notice when they change everything and break the old interface. So the type of stuff we're doing is we're doing like name. We're doing that. Then we're doing like, oh boy, what do I want to put in here? We'll put like that, and we're doing since we're actually generating for Java packages, we'll put in like and then what we have is we have like, I guess this would actually be, now that I know how TOML works, that would be an array of tables. So we'll have something like our column, and we'll have type equals like an integer, and then we can have default equals something like 0. Actually, I guess one thing I could do is like ID, and then maybe something like that. It's kind of a special case. But then we have like that. And actually, I'm going away from hello, and I'm sticking with nope. Nope is my new. So we'll have something like that, and I guess if I'm going to test this, I guess I want, what is it? os.path? I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, well, I've never used auto tools other than I guess make. But then what is there, like auto make? And where is real path in here? Yeah. And then we'll do path equals os.path.join, and we'll do path, and we'll do just try that out. Baby steps here, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. What do you mean by we? Like you? Do you know auto tools? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those, but I don't know. At work, we're using CMake, and uh, we're also using, well, we're using CMake for C++, and then we're also got Java code, so we use Maven for that. So I have learned both of those in the last month or two. Okay. Yeah, that old auto. What do you do? Like, well, I guess configure.ac is what AutoGen uses to configure. Right, it like spits out a bunch of make files for you based on what's in AutoGen or something. I don't remember anymore. But then usually you have to run like a config shell script, right? That tries to detect stuff on your system. I'm just so I guess I'll do that. Uh-oh. Oh, we don't want the file. We want... Guess I'm a little flaky tonight. Oh, okay. So you got to configure your configurator, then you run your configurator, and then you run your make. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. I don't know. You kind of have to do something with the Linux kernel, right? It's been a couple minutes since I've parsed the Linux kernel, or not parsed. I'm looking at the TOML on the screen. I'm thinking parse. Compiled it. So we're gonna go. I feel like I kind of want to change the API for this too. So we're gonna say. For now, let's just do that. So because that means that's going to break my test generator. So maybe I'll do this later. And we'll give the TOML, and then we'll say that's right. Result. Okay, so we've got stuff. I guess cargo is kind of nice, right? That's Rust. I do remember reading, because I don't actually know Rust. I haven't dug into it, but I have kind of started through the Rust book a couple times. And I do remember the setup, getting it on your system and everything just seemed really nicely thought out. Like you didn't need to install packages, which could or cannot be a bad thing. I don't know. I guess the downside of that is one of the reasons Windows is so obnoxious to work with, at least in my opinion, is there isn't like a central package repository. And so every piece of software you install, like every time you start it up, it starts harassing you. And so, like, if you walk away from a Windows system for like 2 weeks and then you sit down, like, you're going to spend an hour just having endless dialogues asking you to update everything. But anyway, whereas in Linux, you just come back and well, you can not update anything, but then you just run the package manager and you update everything. But I kind of got distracted there, but I guess it's kind of nice. It is kind of nice just being able to like pull down the language like that. Yeah. Oh, Wingit is? Yeah. Well, I use Linux at home and at work I'm code on Linux and well, I'm on Windows, but I spend my day coding on a Linux virtual machine. So I know just enough Windows at work to answer my email and get into the business meetings that I need to. Because I'm actually remote, I'm working virtually. All right, so what we want to do is we get, so if we get this result back, so kind of what I want to do is if errors, then we want to I guess I can, instead of printing that, well, we don't need this. And then we can exit abnormally. Otherwise, we can parse like the configuration. That's what we can do. So I don't want to make this too complicated because I just kind of want this as a proof of concept. So I guess the fields we want, what I'll do is I'll create like a fields that we recognize. So we want name. I guess I need to put something in there if I'm going to make this a dictionary. Namespace. Table. And then properties. I guess that's all we have right now. So actually what I think I want to do is I guess I'll do, and right, I guess I could almost use like an ordered dictionary for this, but yeah, well, I mean, I don't really know how under the hood how it works, but I mean, one of the things Cargo allows you to do is it has sort of built-in pinning. I mean, you probably know if you use it. So I imagine it's got, you know, every single version of everything ever is sitting up there. So I don't know how much of that it pulls down. And then plus, on top of that, right, you can also pin like the language of Rust that, or the version of Rust that you're using, right? So I guess it's smart in terms of being able to sort of like pin your dependencies, but oh wow, that seems a little bit silly. Seems like you should just pull down the metadata from what you specify in your cargo file or your crate file, whatever you call it. Anyway, and trying not to overthink this, I'm overthinking this. So I guess what we want is maybe like the name that we expect. Because I'll kind of emulate a little bit what I'm doing at work here. So we're going to do like validate properties, and then we'll have like a default value. This will be like validate identifier. That won't have a default. Then we'll do like, this will also be validate identifier, and this will just have the default of an empty namespace. And this won't have a default, so that's what we'll do for like fields. And then for properties, we'll have name. This is going to be validate identifier, and that'll be none. This would be validate identifier. This is going to be what? Column type default. This will be validate type, and I guess this will be validate default. I'm not sure. Not sure, and I guess I got to change that to that. Oh, all right. Huh. Well, I mean, I kind of feel like, well, I don't know. Like having that ability to sort of pin stuff, like it's real nice for like development, I would think, but I would, if you get to a release point, right? Like I kind of feel like if there's actually apps that you're running on your system, you don't want to just be pulling them down through cargo. Like that's more of like a dev interface, you know? I feel like you should just go through whatever your OS's normal installation process is. So I don't know. Meaning, I'm not sure how useful it is, some of those features, but I don't know. Can't really speak intelligently about it since I don't don't use Rust. So what do we want to do here? For parse config, then we want to do for name, validate defaults and fields. Or I guess maybe I'll do this as key. Then we'll validate I don't know, let's just pass that in maybe. TOML key, and I don't know, let's just do the default in there. And I guess what we want is we want like a configuration class. And maybe what I'll do here is I'll do, we got name, namespace, table, and properties. What we want is we want maybe something like that. Or we're calling this result. Else we'll do something like we'll do valid equals true. And then when we're done here, we'll no. Else return none, something like that. All right, Fern, thanks for stopping in. Hope you're feeling better. Rest up. Oh, yeah, I haven't used Gen 2 either. That's a little bit too. Arch is about as low level messing around with configuration as I want to go, I feel like. But anyway, take it easy. Thanks again for checking in. All right, so now I should have some errors in here. Oh, I got an unexpected indent. On 31. Oh, I guess because I need to do that. Started writing dictionaries in and I stopped. Slots is not defined? Am I totally flaking out here? Oh. I'm not flaking out, I'm just... Well, I am flaking out. Alright, so now I need to write these functions. So we'll do like key value default, I guess. And then we need I think that's what I did. I passed in the default. I'm not sure if I need to pass in the default. What else do we have? Validate type. And then I guess we need I suppose one interesting thing about these is since we're iterating these in order, um, we can sort of like right the validation of the fault will depend on type, I guess. And so as long I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but if we as long as we like process this type before default, then right we can kind of validate this default value based on the type. So anyway, so what I want to do is I just want to keep this real simple. Too late, right? So what do we have? We have is identifier. So what we'll have here is we'll just return that value. Sort of the gist of that. So type, and let's just get some types here. We'll do int, string. I don't know. What else do we want to do? Oh, I guess yeah. Int string. I guess we'll just do like float. Something like that. I guess I got to think about this default a little bit. So we'll do that. And then what we'll do is, what do we have? Validate properties. Essentially, this is going to go That'll be properties, key and properties. We want to do result equals of net value. Validate. And I guess we're saying we're passing the default in there. Oh, what we want to do is for now, let's just do this. We'll do that. Not sure what I'm doing there, but anyway, else we'll do. We got set valid equals false here. So that is that. Where do we have under so I have a feeling, oh, I see what I'm doing. I guess we'll call that result. Result, result, and then we'll call so let's see what happens. I guess we need some sort of indication of right where we're already spitting out errors. And actually, because of that, maybe instead of making this a class, what do we get? Coding in two different mini languages. Where are we here? 79. Where else did I spell that wrong? Oops. String indices must be integers. What are we talking about? 99. Aren't we getting, what are we getting back here? Oh, you know what? I feel like this isn't in the right. Oh, wait a minute. Where are we? Up here. Oh, no, not, so name, namespace, table, properties. Okay, so what do we, string indices. I'm not even sure what that means. String indices must be integers. Oh, wait, I guess, where are we, 100? Going to validate key name. Not sure if I can do that with format strings. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. Guess this is what happens when I code too late in the day. Okay. Um, so, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And I thought the original problem I was having was, So it's going to be something like that. And now, of course, I'm getting basically the same error. What's going on here? 48. Oh, result. Oh, okay. I guess I'll do values. Well, I'm getting some name conflicts here, obviously. So I guess I'll just do this. So this is going to go to something. Actually, I guess let me just yank this before I delete too much of this. Valid equals false. So down here, this is going to go. Really hate that that's turning red on me. I guess we'll just call that value. We'll make that a dictionary. Take it back. See what we get here. Implement validate default. So let's oops. Okay, and so let's gonna do this. We're just gonna do result equals a dictionary. It doesn't really matter at this point. That's going to be default. So now we should get our configuration result. Um, so what are we doing here? We're missing, what are we missing? Oh, because, right, we don't have a... So I don't know if we want to handle default that way. And actually, we'll just take that out. Oh, yeah, so... Okay. Missing required key namespace. Oh, gotta swap those out. Okay, so now we should get a valid result back. So name is foobar, namespace is, so that's just kind of the briefest example of what I want to do. But what I would like to do is get meta information back. So where, oops, I guess I'm already, so let's see here. So what is the API I want here, right? This is going to be an actual parsed key and a parsed value. And so I kind of feel like I want you know, value dot value, maybe. And then in this case, I want something like line value dot line. Something like that. Don't quite know how this works. Right, the error is going to be where the value is defined. So I guess we can say something like valid identifier, and then we'll do something like that. So let's just do that. Now we're going to break horribly. And what we're going to do is we're going to change and I don't know what parse TOML with info, parse TOML with meta info. So this is going to go, and here we'll do, since we're changing that function, we're going to do that. So if we parsed, then we're going to validate our TOML. And then if that comes back as none, then we're just going to exit. Otherwise, we'll just print out a result. And then we'll exit normally. Otherwise, we'll print out all of our errors. And, well, I don't know. We'll print out all of our errors, and then we'll exit abnormally. So that is what we'll do. So now... I guess we're going to do... So this is going to look pretty much the same. So we'll do valid equals true, and then we'll do tokens errors. If errors, then valid equals false. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Errors, and then again, basically same thing. If errors, valid equals false. Then we'll do if valid, return valid and result. Otherwise, return valid and errors. I guess that's kind of what that looks like. Okay, so at that point we are back to we just don't have these fields. So we want to pull up the parser now. And what do we want to do? I guess what we kind of want is we'll do that. And so now every time we I guess I got to be a little bit careful about this. Probably should have done this from the get-go. Oh well. Let's see here. So here at we want to parse a key val, otherwise you parse a type. So let's just go through here. Oh, yeah, we get that back. So we're getting back. I guess that's a token, right? Let's see what we're doing for parse key. Yeah, that's a token. So I guess what we want to do is, and what is our, actually, is our definition for token any different than our definition for a value? That's right. I wanna like to put that first. We have that lexeme, which we may actually. Oh, and we have the type. I guess that's the token type. So now I may need to make this value hashable, and I think that's just hash. Object hash, yeah. So this may be a little bit cheating. I don't know. I guess let's just try this. Never know until you try it, right? And let's just return hash of the value. Let's just do that for now. So then what we can do is well, maybe the thing I want here is just to make life a little bit easier, we'll take the token, and then we'll do something like that. Now, can I just do that now? Although there we want what are we doing here? Where are we getting this value from? Oh, yeah, we're just setting that. So maybe let's do what if we do that? That's going to be the key value. Maybe we leave that the same. I don't know. So we set the active table there, right? Because this is an array here. The parent. Yeah, we do that. So I don't know. I feel like that's going to break things horribly, but let's just see what happens there. Key error properties. Parser 141. Okay, so that is not That's not going to work. Because I was thinking hash this value to the same, it has the same hash as its value, that we could look these up by its value. But that's obviously not how that works. Guess I could still make this work by pulling this out here. But that's not right. That's not going to work then. Right. That's not going to work in my. That's not going to work in here, where I'm trying to validate the resulting TOML. So. So how do we want to do it? Because there's another thing we could do here, right? And this is actually what I'm doing is we can what do we got here? Property? No, we don't want this in here. Well, actually, we can do this here. We can do. And then something like for key property, we could do like but right, the keys have to be string. So what's that going to look like? So maybe what I want to do is, let's see here. I guess it's actually going to look a little bit something like the TOML test thing look like. Maybe. So let me think about this for a second. Well, let's go back. Let's actually go back to the parser here. Parse TOML. So let's just mess around with here. Where did that go? maybe something like this equals something like that. Unrecognized key. We want to actually set that as an error, but we could warn about that. So so this is like a validate identifier, right? We maybe don't need to pass the key in. So I guess what I'm thinking is something like that. Which I guess we can just pass the key in for now. So what that means is okay, so and actually I think what I want to do is and what I'm going to do is I have value equals and this will be value or key and value. Maybe I'll have this as like a key value pair. I don't know. And that'll have value line car, something like that. So let's just have, I don't know, let's maybe stick this down at the bottom. Oh, I only have one error down here. So what we'll do is we'll say that's going to be the key.value, key.line, key.car. Then we'll have value equals a value, value.value, the line and the character, and then we'll have result equals key value, and that'll have the key and the value, and we'll return that result. So let's do that for now. And then, so I guess kind of what we want to do is whenever we're setting something to a table, we want to get rid of that. We want to do like make key, we want to make a key value. And this will be key and value. And then let me actually just, let me search on key value. On that. So where, okay, we're only setting values in 8 places. So this is in what? This is in a parse table. Maybe this is make key value, key value. Where is this? This is parse key value. And then this is parse key. Well, okay. And that's it. So what do we get back? I'm very curious what we get back here. We get some broken stuff. Oh. We have a spare. Where is that coming from? Want that to be uppercase. So 428. Oh. And that's coming from 194, right? And actually, I guess for all of this, right, none of these are tokens. So what are we doing with value here? I think we're only... I feel like this is going to be value that this is just going to go to that. So and I guess this means the meta info. We're going to want to change that. But let's take a look here. Yeah, that'll be okay. Now this is where? This is in keyval. So this is in parse value. I guess what we want to do here is we basically want to return a value. Um, so what are we doing here? We'll return. So what are we setting to result? We're setting result to that. Now, in this, we potentially descend, right, into... What are we in here? Decimal? I guess we don't. Okay, we don't. So I guess what we'll do is we'll do line equals... So here's what we'll do. We'll do that, and then we'll do line. Oops. Because whatever it is, that is where this starts off at, right? So we'll return that. So then we have parse date. Now date, right? This is where we could descend into. And maybe what we do instead is, instead of peaking this, so, right, that would be the same, I guess, more or less. We'll pass in the line and the character here, right? Because we have this. Now, of course, the problem is okay, there are probably places. Okay, so we're gonna have. Okay. So, except this is going to return. So actually, instead of passing this all in, what happens if we just do this here? See all we have to do. But now we also have to, right, because now we're saving, so we do that. We want our meta info to be that. So we want parent. What is this going to be? Value.value? Uh, actually, let's just. That's never going to be a list. So. Dict object has no. Actually, I'm not sure how to do this for what did we get here? So where are we calling that from? We were calling that from 8058. Oh. So that makes things a little different or difficult, but I guess this is going to be value. I don't know. Let's just try it and see, right? Oh yeah, this should be value, I guess. Okay. So we're on 190. Well, I guess we're looking for key value. Well, let's just. Yeah, so this is going to be table.value, I guess. Is that always going to be that? $137. We have We're here, parse. Yeah, so this is going to be that's going to be there, I suppose. So I think this is going to be value. I guess I got to look a little bit closer at this. So if key here, that's not in the that's not in there. Am I in array table? Parent is a key value. Value equals properties. So this is going to be value dot value. Okay. This is going to be well, we may not get a key back, so I don't know. Let's just put -1s in there. So I think that's all we need to do there. Except, wait a second. This is going to be that value. Um, so I need to escape these. Let's just see where that puts us. Well, active table. Um, I feel like this is not going to be consistent here. This gets a little bit tricky, especially since I'm trying to add this in now in a dynamic language. Right here we're setting table to a value, but everywhere else, right, I think we're setting it to a key value. So I'm not so sure about that. This is unbelievable how badly I screwed this up. Okay, so yeah, here, right? So we're setting this to a key value. Um, so I guess this is going to be make key value. Where else are we setting the active table? Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a problem because, hmm. Maybe something like that. So key, right, this is going to be value is going to be value, that's going to be value. So we'll do that there, I suppose. Where else are we setting the active table? Right, that is an active table, but this is going to be that. I guess that's the only place we're doing that. What's going on here? One 42. Oops, 142. Right, I think we're probably going to run into that. Well, probably not in this. 198. So what do we have here? We are in parse key val. So this is going to be the value. Key val table is what? So we're still getting a bad 33. I assume we're setting this to be our state. I imagine our state is our table state here. This is going to be it's going to go to that. And then that. So now we're back to 138 here. .44. Okay, so we haven't really made anything any better. So in array table, parent is a key val, parent is a key val. Okay. So that's fine. So I think we're handling all the cases in here. This is a little bit gnarly, I'm not gonna lie. Probably should have committed. But now parse table, let's see. So I think everything here is what we expect. Okay, so we're never, oh, I guess we never actually have a table there. I'm just thinking before I try and slog this a little bit farther. So if we just call the parse TOML right, because this is saying we don't want the meta, so we need to pull out all the meta. Right. So what's that going to look like? Parsed. Right. If parsed, or this is going to be, I guess, result. If parsed, then table's going to look something like that, right? And we're going to have to like, well, it'll be something like convert table. And then we just return parsed, or let's see, it's going to be valid, if valid, otherwise we just do that, right? Um, and convert table's going to look something like keys going to equal table. Oh, nice. Do you know what companies are going to be there? And how are you, Schoolie? Doing okay, doing okay. Trying to add this feature, and it's a little bit hairy. This is actually going to be guess we'll call this value. I had kind of a long day coding, but I want to get this done, so I'm kind of slogging away at this now. So I'm a little bit tired, but I guess some progress is better than no progress. I went out last night too, and probably had one drink too many. I was pretty beat this morning, so I've been dialing back on how much I'm drinking. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, man. I should probably take a beverage break of water. Sticking with the water tonight. Uh, so what's your plan if you end up getting a job? You're gonna are you gonna stick with school unless you're rolling out right away? Like you're gonna try and do school at night and a job during the day, or okay. Can you just stop and start whenever you want to? I guess if you stop, you stop, right? Although they still may want to collect their tuition, but Oh, is a VA paying for this too? Nice, nice. That's so awesome that you have that resource available. I know I never really, I don't even know if I'm eligible anymore for any of that stuff. I've been out so long, but so I feel like we want result. So we're saying all of this should be values, right? So this is going to be key.value equals convert value. I think value. Um, I think that. I think that's actually what we want. And actually, this is going to be this. I think that. So how badly broken do we think our test suite's going to be? Oh, nice. Have a good one, Schoolie. Thanks for stopping in. All of them are broken. Oh, that's because I guess of this. So maybe things are not as dire as we thought. Okay, well now we got lots of broken things. Oh yeah, well we broke all of our tests, didn't we? So yeah, I guess the first thing we can do here will return result and none, otherwise we'll return non-result. That might help things a little bit. So things are not quite as bad. Let me just bump this out and see what we get. So we actually got, oh, we're getting, so what is, this is probably, what does that look like? test valid table test array 1. So we are getting an array expected table. We are getting an array it's like we're not so we're probably going to go back into the parser here. So let's see here. We eat the token, we parse the key. Where are we printing? Let's start from the lowest level here. In fact, let's do this. Table is that. Table is now that. Key is this, and let's throw the value in here. This is probably going to be that. So let's try that real quick. Okay, table's that. Table's now that. Oh, I guess that was invalid. Key is a key value. And value is a key value. Why is key a key value? I guess we need to come down. We need to come down one lower. Parse key. So here, key is a token. So see what we get here. Okay, so table is that. So key value in then the value is that. Table.value is, ruh-roh, that doesn't seem right. That should be key. And then if the meta info is closed, I guess we have the key type. We have key redefinition. Otherwise, this is going to be make valid key value. Then we're going to eat that token. So if valid, so what does that give us? Fewer errors, I guess. Where's this 82 and 5? I guess this is going to be a value with the so let me see. Oh, this needs to be 35, 36. Oh, errors went up. Sweet. Um, what are we doing down here? Otherwise, result equals none. So let's uncomment this again. All right, table is now that key is a, oh yeah, it's a key value. Oh, wait a second. Key is still a key value. That does not seem right to me. Am I just printing out the wrong thing? Seems likely. Yes, I'm so key and value is a value. Okay. What was this? Before I change, well, I guess I could. So where are we here? We want parse key. So yeah. Okay. So I kind of feel like that's okay, but so where are we calling this from? Oh, this should be that value, I believe. And then key is going to be key. Let's see if we get there. Yeah, table's a key value, and we get that. So we want to look in value.value. Otherwise, you create a list. We set that to that. That looks okay. We want to make a value there. Okay, let's just see what that kind of does. Not too much, not too much for us. So our table, the key we have is albums. So albums is in the value. Table is not in there. Songs, people is in there where the value is. Oh wait, that doesn't seem right. Value. So our table is the value is a value, and it's a dictionary. People has a value or a key. This is not right. This should be. Oh no, wait. That is right. This should be an array, but why is. So we've got key value in here. And value is doesn't seem right to me. So what are we doing here? We're sticking that active table in there, right? Oh, this is going to be, yeah, this will be one, I guess, key value pair, which is a table. So maybe we're just not doing this right. So what are we doing here? If, right, each item in the list is going to be key value pair, I guess. So, but is that actually the case here? So what is this test? Okay, that is. So we're getting an array without where the table isn't I think this should be value. Yeah. Well, we got a lot more errors now. uh, which seems weird to me, but okay. 294. I guess what helped us in the right file. Parse inline table. Oh no, wait, that'll be hmm. I have to take a break on this one. What time is it? Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I need to go get something to eat. I figured this was going to be tricky, but I'm not sure I'm actually doing this the smartest way either. Um, so I may have to think about this a little bit more now that I've actually dove into it, because I wasn't really sure what to expect. So, yeah, I guess I'll call that there. Not extraordinarily happy with leaving off there, but I don't know how much more productive I'll be pushing forward at this point. So, anyway, I'm sure that was a very exciting stream for everybody. But anyway, maybe when I have some time to think about this a little bit more and I'm a little bit less tired, I won't flounder around so much. It felt like definitely a flounder stream. But anyway, if anybody's lurking, then I appreciate you hanging out. Or if you're watching the VOD after the fact, same thing. Appreciate you checking in. And until next time, I bid you peace and take care. See ya.